What's good, you guys? It's your boy, Vacation Time with Ryan. I'm doing a quick check-in before I go to the gym, so I'm a little rough, but it is what it is. Well, first of all, I just wanted to acknowledge and celebrate. Um, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I hit 1 million views for the first time in my content creation career, and that happened to be on Instagram. It wasn't on YouTube. It was on Instagram. I hit 1 million views off a post I put up that was an idea I had to not even do a word reaction, but the facial reaction to what this lady was saying about her trip to Colombia. You guys probably we reacted it. We reacted to it on live, so we seen that post already. Maybe I'll throw it up here or something like that.
You men that be coming out here to Colombia, I seen you. I seen you. The secret is out. I know. I know what y'all be doing out here. And you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to be embarrassed. Big ones, little ones, fat ones, in short sets, straight from the flea market. And we back over here in the United States can't find a good black man because he over here in South America living la vida loca. I seen it with my own eyes. I was just sitting there in unbelief.
But yeah, so I'm happy, but I also want to say, man, I've started other YouTube channels in the past, so I've been rocking with YouTube for like 2 years. This channel only a year old, and I've never hit that much. The most I've hit was 500,000 views on my other on my other Instagram. So it's a big, it's a good feeling. But man, oh man, that's natural. Natural engagement is always the best. Like sometimes I get discouraged and I'm like, dang, I want to do some paid promotion. Let me just pay and boost a few. And sometimes on Instagram, I'll do a boost to some of the other posts that are doing terrible just to see if I can spark something. And it never really gets really good results. You might get a couple hundred views. And I always wondered, will that mess up my algorithm? Will it mess up the algorithm on my Instagram page? And there's my answer. It didn't, because I did a few boosts in the past on my old posts, and it didn't really do much. I started this year off with like 600 followers, and when that one post started going viral, now I'm at over 4,000 followers, and a lot of engagement is coming through my page off of that post. And that's off of one post. I'm like, dang, imagine these people who be hitting 1 million views like 10 different times. That's how these people be going like viral on Instagram and stuff. So that's one post, man. Hopefully we could do it many more times. Now let's talk a little bit about YouTube. If you're a travel YouTuber or just a YouTuber in general, you know the struggle. Definitely, I think different niches, there's different struggles, especially within my niche. It's a real struggle. I don't know what's going on. I think because the content kind of has, like, the reputation that it gets in the US, they give it like a negative connotation behind it. So it's hard. It's rare that you see dudes like, I don't want to say any names, but the really successful travel, not regular travel YouTube. There's different sectors in the travel YouTube, but the sector of people that kind of talk about dating or show dates and show women, and not in a distasteful way, but just, hey, maybe you're with a young lady, y'all go on a date. That kind of sector where you're traveling and you go DR, Colombia, Brazil, it's rough. Now you got the guys that are on the top. It's probably like maybe like 10 guys that get good numbers, and then the rest of us kind of like scraping, trying to hit like 10,000 views. When you're a YouTuber, you know your numbers. So for a while, I had what I know I could get in the first 24 hours. And for a while, I was hitting 1,000 views in the first 24 to 48 hours for a while. And then as of recent, it slowed down heavily, like 300 views, 200 views sometimes in 24 hours. I'm like, what? That's just not my normal numbers. And my content has not changed really drastically at all. Um, Another thing, if you're thinking about getting into this YouTube game as a traveler, you travel a lot, and you're like, man, I might as well do YouTube. All my homies telling me to do it. Man, you should do it, but it's a rough niche to be in, man. Unless you're just been blessed by the algorithm, or unless your content is just really fire. Fire content will outbeat any algorithm issue. Let me be very clear about that. Some people complain, and let's just say their content might not be that fire. I know my content could be 100 times better. It's hard. You on these trips, you want to meet everyone that wants to meet you, so you run around trying to meet everybody. You try and link up with different people. The guy, and I'm talking about bros. I ain't even just talking about women. Then there's that too. Then you want to make sure you do your content. And you have issues like I had where I lost good content. That's frustrating. That could, frustrate you. There's a lot that goes on, and then it's very expensive. So if you're not living abroad, outside the country, it's hard. If you live overseas, actually sometimes I don't understand how some people live overseas and they're not pushing out much more fire content, because it's like you live there, you have time to plot and ski. Like, listen, if you go to a place for even 2 whole weeks, and that's a good trip, not most people do about a week, right? So you go over there for like a week, let's say a week, and you had so much things in mind that you wanted to do. You're getting pulled in different directions when you pull up. And then let's say, especially if you go to a place like Brazil or something, let's just say your body has to get used to the different things that are out there. You could get sick for a couple of days. You could be exhausted from working 80 hours a week, 80, 90 hours a week, like me. So your body has to get used to being in the place. Then you're getting pulled in different directions. And then you might just want to enjoy the trip for a couple of days and explore some things. By the time you really pull your camera out and try to get some content, it's time to leave. So you get, like, the content that you guys see me put out is not even half of what I had planned in my head. It's like when you get there, it's like everything just starts moving fast. So you don't get to really do the content you want to do. But if I lived overseas and I think of an idea and it's because I always try to be different. I don't like to just follow the crowd. You're not going to catch me just every day bring a new chick to the B&B and interview her. Nah, like I tried, like my last trip, we went to Bani. Shout out to Tam, that was her idea. But I was like, okay, I can record it. We went to Bani, we went sandboarding, and there was some pink lake and all this. So I'm like, it's different. It's not, there's no chick with me, so you don't have the eye candy that's catching you, which that probably what I should have did. But I just went by myself. I was like, let me just content. Let's focus on content. Paid a tour guide or whatever to just take us through the whole thing. We didn't need a tour guide. We could have did that on our own, but we just did it. I was like, it should be good content. And then 300 views. Put it out. Hey, we're going to Bani, new city, new activity for my page. 300 views, man, and like 200 views in like the first 24 hours. So, but me just going to a restaurant with a date would easily get a couple thousand views real quick. I mean, you could look through my content, you could see the difference. So of course, a beautiful woman is always going to be catchy. It's going to make you want to click, and it's going to be a good thumbnail. Of course, we know. Sure, there's plenty of people out there that they don't focus their content on women and they get good numbers. That's what I'm saying. It's all in the kiss of the algorithm. As long as you got a decent thumbnail, title's a little catchy, you should get at least 5,000 views, because there's at least 5,000, like, you know what I'm saying, that would click through and check it out a little bit. So sometimes it's just the kiss of the algorithm. That's what I call it. So it's a rough thing. It's a rough thing. But I feel like when you get into the good graces of the algorithm, you know, you could start putting out whatever and you'll still get views. You know what I'm saying? Because typically someone, let's say you work very hard to get to where you're at, you're traveling full time, and you could walk down the street and get 300,000 views, and you deserve it because you work hard to get where you're at. You're full time overseas. You absolutely deserve it. But what I'm trying to show you is, as a YouTuber, sometimes you got to get in the good graces of the YouTube algorithm. You got to build up to, and sometimes not just building it. It's people that, listen, it's some people that go out there and travel a lot, and they turn on their camera and they just don't get the views, and it's unfortunate, but it happens, you know. So hey man, if you're blessed with a good algorithm, I say listen, buy some real estate, get some stocks, some bonds, invest smartly, man, because you never know where one day the algorithm might turn on you. I'm not saying it will happen. Maybe it'll never happen. Some people are blessed to the highest, like, you know what I'm saying, and you're just gifted and you're blessed. And hey man, shout out to you, salute to you. But I'm just saying, don't take it for granted. We always want to have backup, you know, make sure you got some stocks, maybe some gold and silver, you know, maybe some foreign currency, maybe just have invested some real estate if you can, you know, cash flow some real estate. Just do some good stuff with the money, because tomorrow's not promised, man. That's all I wanted to say, man. I hit 1 million views on a post on Instagram. Wasn't sure if I would ever get there. Hopefully we can get there again and again and again and again, because it's done a lot for my page. It's done a lot for that one post got me up to 4,000 followers. Like I said, I was around like 600-700 when I started the year off. Probably when I dropped that post, I might have had like 700. When I started the year, I might have had even as low as like 500 followers. So it really gave a boost to my page. So imagine a few more of those. The work TikTok, man. If you're in this game, this social media game, work TikTok, work Instagram. Hey, even work Facebook, brother. I don't even have a Facebook for vacation time with Ryan. I need to make one. But even work Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever. I have an X, but I don't post there. But hey, you never know when you're gonna have your viral moment, and then it'll keep you motivated. And sometimes, not all the time, sometimes consistency wins. Period, just wins. Because some people are real talented, but they only post 4 times a year, 6 times a year. You know what I'm saying? Some people only once a month, and they're really talented, and like they edit well, they do good, the content is great, but they don't live abroad. And they don't want to put out just videos like this talking. They don't believe in that. They're like, oh, I'm a travel channel, I'm not talking to it. That's their business. I believe in consistency, and I believe that's just me, though. I don't know, because, hey, I put out a video and got 300 views. So what do I know, right? But I do believe in consistency in anything in life. So I might get 200-300 views here and there, but maybe keep being consistent. I might just one day, boom, get 300,000 views on a video, and then that pushes my career forward. So all I'm saying is, my brothers, my sisters, whoever, man, you in this YouTube game, especially in the travel sector, keep pushing, keep going. You know, I just thought that was a good accomplishment for my Instagram. It's your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit me up for questions, comments, concerns, and what do you guys think about this topic of being a travel content creator? What are your thoughts and opinions? Put it in the comments. Peace.